Hey guys, welcome to the channel and this quick review video. So you may have known from videos and videos ago on the channel, we were very early on supported a little bit by the guys at the XLC. They sent us through a Warhammer paint station and we're about to send some out to our patrons who are just becoming the first people to earn themselves some Warhammer paint stations. They're really cool and I really love them. And what they've done is they've sent me some stuff, some scenery, because they currently have a Kickstarter. Now I believe it ends on the 12th or 14th of May. I'll make sure in the description below I put the link to that Kickstarter and tell you exactly when it ends. And they've created a new set of scenery, which actually I'm very excited by, called Desecration City. The guys at the XLC basically use laser cutters to cut MDF, and they produce pre-printed MDF scenery, and the standard is just getting higher and higher and higher and higher, and this project I am very, very excited by. So it comes in bags or boxes like this. It tells you what it is, obviously the company, and they are bits of pre-printed MDF terrain. I have murdered opening the bag because I have the hands of an orc, but this is what it looks like. It's just lots and lots of pieces of MDF that we put together and glue up to create scenery. So you use PVA and it looks like this. This is one of their large wall sections, which is the one that you've just seen me open. There's a couple of those they've provided with us so far. Again, this is all part of the Kickstarter. I think depending on what level pledge you are, depends on how much you get. But there's many other little bits and pieces that we're going to slowly build up today now and show you them all. And then we'll be using them in battle reports soon. But they're very sturdy. They don't go anywhere. The graphics look really amazing, actually. So let's show you some more parts. So these are their bridges. They have like little hook parts you can see there on the end, so you can hook them onto other buildings. Again, graphics really very pretty. There's lots of little blood spatters. Yeah, quite like this stuff so far. We've also built a lookout tower. And here it is. Here's the lookout tower. Stands quite tall. A point to note that this, with things like the large walls, they become very large line of sight blocking terrain. Now, you've probably heard me and Winters go on about line of sight blocking terrain a lot because it's really, really important, especially I think in this edition, especially if they're going to carry on with that first turn beta nerf to combat armies. Line of sight blocking is really important because you stop people like the tower being able to shoot at you from miles away. And now we are going to make tea and build these two, and I'll come back with you showing you how they look. And then we'll talk about how they look overall. Maybe we'll chuck a battlefield together and show you what they could look like on a battlefield. And then I'm going to start using them in some games soon. Hopefully the wonderful people at the XLC will like this video and maybe send me some more of it, because this stuff is really, really nice. Okay, importantly we have tea in obviously Warhammer mug available from Redbubble. But then we've started to pull some of the parts out of the case, the box, the package, and there's some prepping. That is my amazing glue skills. Do not judge. It's PVA, so it will all go clear, and it's on the inside. Basically, there are some sections. For example, these are wall sections, and on the inside they have doors. You have to glue the doors in. It gives you a bit of 3D depth, etc. But there's a few of these. These bits come in two pieces. They've had to be glued together, which is probably worth doing beforehand. The XLC guys, they do have tutorial videos on how to build these things, which are quite helpful. I've just looked at it myself and learned that actually, apparently there's 4 different ways you can build this hex tower. So you have a helipad, a sort of cleanish pad where you can put a gun emplacement on, a dirty roof, and then finally you have the medical deck. That's the one I think I'm going to be building because I actually really like the graphic on that. I think it's lovely. There's a sort of 6 of these sections. There's little balcony bits I'm going to have to put together in a minute. There is your gun emplacement part that you can glue one on top of the other to make your gun emplacement. There's lots of walls. You have dirty sides, you have clean sides, so you can buy 2 or 3 or 4 of the same building and have 2 or 3, 4 different looking buildings, although they'll be the same sort of shape. You can have different graphics, etc. A friend of mine's been hard at work building the admin building. There is a balcony there we've glued on. Again, you've got the same sort of door things. This one looks a little bit more simple, thankfully. But let's crack on and see if we can't get all this together and see what it looks like when it's all finished. And after a lovely cup of tea and lots of PVA glue, we are mostly built. So the 2 bridge sections are done, the 2 wall sections are done. This admin building, you can see some of the glue still drying there. We have to be a bit liberal with it, but it's okay, it's PVA, it dries clear. This was actually quite a nice, easy one to put together. These walls are quite nice, this tower was quite nice. And then I did have an emotional moment. this hex tower, you can see there the hex tower label from the XLC. Up until the point of gluing these on was actually, oh see that's still loose, these was lovely, but these are emotional. This is one of the most emotional moments of my scenery building life. So this is just drying in this cardboard box because otherwise I was going to get loads of glue all over my nice battle mat from Game Mat, and I didn't want to do that, so hopefully that will dry nicely, because otherwise I'm going to rage quit and throw them out the window. Otherwise, then we'll show you this all put together on the board in a sort of scenic setting, and this is pretty much what it looks like when it's done. So we've got the two walled sections and the tower there. The hex build, and it did stick, so it isn't the worst. It's amazing, actually. Now it looks pretty good. It just took a bit of effort to make that stick. So if you get this, and I recommend you do, just be careful when you glue these bits out and make sure you've got no children or sharp objects near you. We've got the two bridge sections here that they just hang on, and the bonus is they just sort of stay there. If you move it away, look, that's perfect, because it just means minimal effort required. Then the admin building here. The graphics, as I've said, if you go in nice and close, the graphics are really, really, really nice, really clear. Yeah, this stuff's pretty special, actually. So these guys are on Kickstarter. You can find them if you search for Desecration City. They are the XLC, the Extraordinary Laser Company. I think it's Jodie and Chris are the only two people there. They've sent us stuff in the past. This stuff is wonderful. Go check it out. Like I said, I think it's the 12th or the 14th of May their Kickstarter ends. And I think this is already doing quite well. I think we've already had a number of pledges. This stuff is looking really, really pretty, and I can just imagine a whole board covered in this stuff. Death Guard fighting Blood Angels. Maybe we'll get Winters involved. Yeah, it'll look really pretty. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know if you like me doing review videos to start with, because this is the first real one we've done. But more importantly, let me know what you think of this stuff, because I'm sure Jodie and Chris will be looking, and this stuff is amazing. And that's about that. So I was going to stick it together in a complete scenery setup, but there's not really enough here to cover a board. Hint, hint, Jodie, right now. So if there's more stuff comes through, we'll put it together in a giant board setup, and then you can have a look at it from there. Right, thanks for watching, guys. The battle mat, that was supplied by GameMat.eu, just in case you were interested. As you know, the scenery is from the XLC, obviously, because that's what we're plugging. And finally, we are sponsored by Element Games. Check out the link below. I'm not going to go on about it. This is just a quick review video. Anyway, stay tuned for more.